The first 1,000 hours. It's no small thing, and yet I know my journey to learning guitar is still in its infancy. It's very difficult to fathom that not long ago I didn't know what the strings were called, what the frets meant, had absolutely no clue as to what I was doing or any idea of anything, and in many ways I still don't. It's cliche with rocksmith and guitar learning that nobody wants to do anything other than play their favorite songs. I myself am not immune from that situation, and it was always a downer with a human teacher one on one to request them to teach you how to play song XYZ, and they merely retort with, no, you need to learn your scales, your chords, and etc. and so on. It's difficult to not understand why you're being told this, and sometimes it feels like you're not being heard. This was the premise that I fell into when I first got the game and grabbed a guitar. I must have spent easily 500 hours trying to just learn songs and not understanding why I could mimic the songs, but it never felt like I knew what I was doing. The only other metaphor that I could give would be like teaching a bird how to talk versus having an actual conversation with an intelligent human being. The bird can repeat the noises, but it doesn't understand the context. I craved context. Steve Vai wrote probably one of the most infamous guitar workouts on the surface of the planet. It appears brutal. On deeper inspection, I found it keenly divided between hands-on application with the guitar as well as even time on theory, composition, songwriting, music reading. It was the key that I needed to unlock the door. At this time, I'm confident enough to be practicing with the door open, but not confident enough to be able to be in public right now. I still hear the mistakes that I'm making. I still slip up on the chords, or my timing is off, and so at the time of this writing, I do not feel comfortable playing where people I don't know can hear me. If I had to say what guitars are essential, I'd say an acoustic is a must-have. There are times when I need to know what mistakes I'm making, and an acoustic is going to reveal every note and every strum hooked up to a loudspeaker. I would also advise a classical nylon string guitar, as it's very easy on the fingertips, so even when your fingers are hurting from the lack of calluses, it can at least keep you on pace and on track. For the electric guitar that does it all, much to my chagrin, I hate to say it, but Steve Vai did it right with the Gem. I wouldn't advise the actual Gem for a beginner, simply for reason that it has a double locking tremolo, and as such it can't really be retuned. I'd advise getting the Ibanez RG or Geo, something with 24 frets and a single humbucker setup. Why not a Strat, Tele, Les Paul, SG, simply put, as a first guitar? There's nothing that the Ibanez RG Gem cannot do. Almost every other guitar is limited by the frets, isn't as comfortable, is heavier, the list goes on. I play a little bit of everything, and when the RG is in my hands, I never feel like I have to compromise my playing to get what I need out of it. So what all have I learned in 1,000 hours? Let's take a look. Pentatonic minor scales in all shapes and positions from F to D. I'm able to keep pace up to about 108 beats per minute without starting to lose control. Anyone that's spent any time on guitar will tell you that while this looks like a lot, it really isn't. I wasted a lot of time plinking around trying to learn songs, and so from here forward I have my curriculum. I don't know where this road goes between now and 2,000 hours, but I'll find out, I guess. It's nice looking around at my guitars and having the knowledge that I'm 10% of the way there now. It doesn't seem like wasted time anymore. I'm trying to learn these skills. I don't want to toot my own horn too much, as every day is a new lesson for me. During this period, I spent an hour a day with finger exercises, an hour a day with scales, an hour a day with chords, an hour a day with ear training, an hour a day with sight reading, an hour a day with songwriting, an hour a day for music theory, and 2 hours of playing songs to celebrate my studies. No, it ain't always easy. It ain't always fun, but application over time equals mastery. At this time, I don't see myself doing much at the end of this 10,000 hour journey beyond maybe playing on a street corner for tips, but ain't but one way to find out. See you at 2,000 hours. Final stats for March 21st, 2021. Total playtime 1,001 hours, 53 minutes. 68 of 4,776 tracks at 100% or better. My overall mastery was 75.05%. I had 12,322 song playthroughs. My overall accuracy was 88.81%. I had no funds for an instructor, no plan, no syllabus, no course forward. The mountain would not come to Buddha, so Buddha went to the mountain. I watched interviews with a notebook, tried to create my own path. I failed, repeatedly. I found myself at the monastery of Vai. I heard the words he wrote. He gave me a path forward. His words said, make it your own. So I did. I believed in myself, in success, in something having to give. I did not step on those that came before me. I looked to my forebears and raised my hands to them. They lifted me up until I found purchase, and then for a time they released my hands so I could blaze a trail of my own.